Did you know there's a lot of porn on the computer? Yeah, it's out there all over the internet. And there are several studies saying that younger and younger men are having cases of erectile dysfunction and turning to Viagra and Cialis. Cialis or Cialis?
Cialis.
I have a perfectly fine, so I don't know exactly the pronunciation.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I. I don't know. Cialis maybe.
But that all these internet forums are popping up, like on Reddit and yourbrainrebalance.com, to help guys deal with pornography addiction, which has now become a huge problem. And emerging research out of Cambridge University revealed that brains of men who watch excessive amount of online pornography appear similar to those of alcoholics and drug addicts. So there's two things here. I guess there's the porn part of this and just the porn addiction part, and then the erectile dysfunction part. Where would you like to start?
Okay, there's so many great words in this. That's where I'd like to start. First of all, I did not know this acronym before. Porn-induced erectile dysfunction, or PIDE. Like, I've been pied. Like, I watch so much porn. I've been pied, man. There's nothing I can do about it. And the subreddit that is combating pied complex is /nofap.
No fapping.
Yeah.
What is that? No.
Fap.
Fap. Oh, you're so old school, you don't know. That means to masturbate. The young kids these days call it that.
Yes. They call it fap.
Right. So hence no fap means that you're not doing it.
My day, we just jerked off.
Yeah, the good old days. We called it uphill. We called it masturbation. That's what we did. All right. So
we did it. We liked it. We didn't talk about it.
We didn't create subreddits for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then apparently when you go to cleanse yourself, it's called a reboot. Okay.
Right.
And so you don't watch any porn. But this
for 9 months. It's a 9-month process. Now, who's taking 9 days off here? Can anyone at this table honestly say?
Is it 9 months of no porn or 9 months of not jerking off? Because that's very...
That's exactly right. And that goes to a really interesting point here. The guy who's the main anecdote in this story from Global News is, I suspect, actually a religious person.
Yeah, feels guilty.
Yeah, feels guilty, etc. Because it's not that he rebooted out of porn for 9 months. Okay, like if you had that issue, I'm not convinced it's a real issue, but if you had that issue for whatever psychological reason, which erectile dysfunction often is psychological, okay, you go without porn for 9 months, but no masturbation doesn't make much sense, right? There's actually not much of a need for it if you've actually been pied, porn-induced erectile dysfunction, right?
That's such horseshit, man.
Yeah, the whole thing is horseshit.
So you don't believe this University of Cambridge study? You don't think this is...
I've been jerking off and watching porn for years. It still works.
How's your anxiety? Oh, so your anxiety levels are great, and it's all working.
Yeah. But the cure for porn is good pussy.
That's it.
Straight up. If you're with somebody who's having sex with you every single day, you're like, dude, I don't have time for the porn. I just got laid. But if you're not having sex every day, you need some porn.
Right.
Dude, you should have an orgasm every day. It's the people who don't, who then they can't get hard when they're in their 30s and 40s and 50s. Well, you got to use it or you lose it. It's that simple.
If you have bad pussy, you might have been pied in the other direction.
It's possible. It's possible.
Pussy-induced erectile dysfunction.
It's possible.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure.
And also, do they get
I'm not
these
sure I've ever
erections?
encountered bad pussy.
Dude, trust me,
exists.
It's out there.
That one's real.
It's also, do they have a hard time getting hard in a condom when they're having sex, or is it without a condom? Big difference, once again.
My favorite part of this story is when Wes got really serious when I said, I'm not sure there's bad pussy. He's like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Okay. It exists. It's out there. I'm just happy to be there, you know?
First of all, we all know what Wes did this afternoon.
Yeah, I guess we know now.
What?
You seem very relaxed, Wes.
He has a good girlfriend now.
I got a steady supply of vagina these days.
As Rob Ford once famously said, I eat plenty at home.
Yeah, you're plenty at home.
Well, not just that. She works in the porn industry. So
really?
She does sales for Playboy and all these other things. So I kind of know all the details on the porn, and actually, they watch the most of it in Salt Lake City.
Oh, yeah,
So your porn is always off the charts in sexually repressive places, and then where people aren't so weird about sex, it doesn't sell as much.
Yeah, we've done stories here about studies that show that the Bible Belt and red states are far more likely to watch porn. We're all very likely to watch porn, so they beat us by a little bit, right? And so, but if they feel guilty about it, that might relate to the psychological issues that lead to pied.
I'm sure.
Right, they feel bad about watching it, whereas if you watch it healthily, then you got no problem, and you're excited to try things out with your new friend.
Don't you guys think there's some legitimacy, though, to if you grew up with this stuff? Like we didn't. I think I'm the youngest one here. We didn't grow up with. We grew up with porn. You no. But when we were all 14, there was no. You could not get on a computer to just get porn.
There were these things called Penthouse and
You had to get an actual magazine, but you had to steal it from your dad or there were. So I think that they can get it endlessly all the time maybe is affecting a developing brain.
It's possible. I mean, for some people it is, and again, I think, Wes, the idea is like if you're watching porn 3-4 hours a day, like addiction to anything, it's going to have an effect. And one of the and anytime you have an addiction, one of the first things to go is sex. Like, I mean, if this addiction and the addiction takes over part of your life and it causes huge stress, you're going to have trouble having sex.
Really?
That's what I hear.
So look, they say that they're getting the maximum stimulus out of internet porn. Well, the guy again used as the anecdote in the story, he said before my parents would get home, I would watch porn for 3 to 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
And it's just like the exact kind of thing that you like. It hones in on your fetish and it gives you maximum stimulus so that when you're with a woman, you're like, well, she's not covered in rubber and I haven't gotten to defecate on her. So like,
tell her to put some rubber on.
Okay, right.
By the way, isn't maximum stimulus? Wasn't that the name of the guy from Gladiator?